Welcome back. So I'm going to answer a viewer's question in this video. The viewer's name was Lynn Taylor, I think, and it was about getting excited when you're new to development, new to joining a circle, and new to mediumship in general. So in this video, that's what we'll be discussing. Now, it's fair to say that if you cast your mind back, all of those of you that remember starting circle, remember first embracing the spirit world, it was truly exciting. It was magical in some way for you, whether it be this new world of emotions that you go through, or just being excited that you got something so right. You absolutely nailed the statement, and that feeling of elation that we go through, like we finally got it, we got there, and then going through that development and silencing that, stifling it in some way so we can continue the reading. Now, it's fair to say the viewer asked, is it wrong? Does it hinder my development in what I'm trying to do? And certainly in the beginning, absolutely not. It's one of those things that as we remember joining the spirit world and my energy's changing just as I'm thinking of it, it was so magical. It was something that is so special. You're learning all these new things, these new ways, and how the interpretation is happening, that it's really difficult to not get excited by that. We will go through different walks through our life, through different experiences, and we won't actually believe some of the stories that we're trying to interpret, because they're so far out of reach of your own world that it just seems unrealistic. Yet it will be very normal and very real to the person in front of you, because that is their reality. And of course, as you get this right and as you learn to get it right, you learn that feeling, like that feels amazing, that I'm finally starting to hit the mark. I'm finally starting to have some accuracy with my mediumship. You learn that feeling, you learn what it feels like. Now, over the course of your development, of course, this is like a ruler within your mind. You get like a little notch on your ruler because you understand that feeling, and you start to learn when you know that you're right and when you know that you're wrong. It doesn't feel right. Something's gone wrong. I'm not hitting that mark. And what we develop over time is that when we keep getting it right and when it keeps hitting the mark and you keep nailing it as such, it just becomes normal. And I'll try and think of an example, like when you first learn to drive. I use driving quite a lot as my examples. But I remember when I first learned to drive, like my driving lessons, and I couldn't wait to get in the car and start driving. As a young man, it was like, I'm going to be allowed to drive my own car, this is amazing. And it was super exciting, I couldn't believe it. It was like, yes. And then I'm booking my test and everything's going through like my emotional sense. What if I pass and what if I fail? Oh my God, you have these super highs and lows. And then I finally passed and I got my license and I went out and I bought my first car, and it was amazing. I absolutely loved my first car for like the first 18 months that I had it. It was amazing. Every opportunity that I got, I would drive. I couldn't wait to get out and drive. Now, it's a very different story, like I still love driving, and it's just my journeys are now to demonstrations that are hours away. I'll be packing this camera and stuff up and be getting ready to go to Paynton, which is like a 5-hour drive for me. And I love driving and I love my car and I love doing the work that I do. However, it's just become normal. It's just what I do in my everyday. So it's become I've moved normal from where it used to be to now my reality, and so this is just part of my everyday now. Mediumship is going to be exactly the same for you. Not just you, Lynn, but the people that are new to development and get excited. This is just something that you grow familiar with. It just becomes part of your development. This is, I connect to the spirit world and it just seems to be right. And so that excitement fades a little bit. That little bit of magic that you feel kind of fades a little bit. It's not gone. It's just normal now, and so you just get on with it. You just do it the same way I just get in my car and I drive my car. This is exactly the same in the development of your mediumship. Now, if the teacher is telling you don't get excited, you can't let it go to your head, stop being egotistical, da 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 da, then I understand both sides of that coin. You know, there is going to be nothing more annoying than when you've nailed something, you've got a statement, and you're kind of like up at the front of class or in your circle, and you are banging on constantly how amazing you are. Then that is an egotistical problem. That's something we're going to have to look at. That's something we need to dampen a little bit. Of course it's right. Mum's here, and Mum's going to be discussing Mum. That's the way it is. There's nothing so great about it. You know, that's her evidence, and it's fantastic that you get it right. That's great. But we don't want to hear about it for weeks and months and possibly years on end, just how fantastic you are. So I get both sides of the coin there. What we need to remember is you're just the voice. That's it. And if they don't go to you as the medium, they will go to the next member in the circle, which is also a medium. I never have a conversation with someone on my telephone, and then after it, I sort of look at my phone and go, oh wow, phone, you are amazing. That was so good. The way that you said this and the way that you said that, you are amazing. I love you so much. You're amazing. You're amazing. I never ever do that. I have my conversation. Bye, see you later. I put the phone down. End of conversation. That is it. And this is what we've got to try and instill in our mind. We're just the voice. So that curbs the ego. But it is still amazing that we're getting across information from someone that has departed the physical life and is now in the spiritual realms as we know it. So I get, as I say, I get both sides of the coin. The teacher will be trying to say, don't let it go to your head. You know, you're only a few weeks into development. And of course it's exciting, but don't let it all rush to your head. And the reason he or she is doing that is because teachers have seen it time and time again. I've seen people that think they're amazing. They think they're like the next best thing. And before you know it, they're running workshops after 6 weeks of circle, or they're running seminars, they're booking theatres, they're booking these huge venues, whacking huge price tickets on their thing because they got a couple of things right in circle. Now, you may think, well, that don't happen really. It does. It really does happen, and you will see it across the form of your development, and your teacher is maybe just a little bit worried that can happen. So we try to instill, like, it is amazing, you're right, but don't let it go to your head. Will it affect your development? Absolutely not. The ego will hinder your development. If you're full of ego and you don't like being wrong and you don't like being made to look stupid and so on and so forth, then that is going to affect the development of your ego. There is a video that I done, Getting It Wrong to Get It Right, will help you along your development, because we have to understand that mark on the ruler. When we're getting it right, that feeling, that rush, whatever it is that you want to give in the terminology there, whatever that is, you learn to get it right. You learn through all the mistakes that you have made. And so you need to be making mistakes in your circle. You need to be making mistakes in your readings and wherever you're going to practice, because if you're not making mistakes, then you are not learning. And so from that, we can grow to be better. You can always be better. You're never ever going to do the perfect communication. You will strive your entire life as a medium in your development to do the perfect communication, and you will never achieve it because you will have to be dead to do it. So it's that striving forward to perfect what we're trying to perfect that we can't perfect. It's just unfortunate. That's just the way it is. But we can get close. We can get near it. And that's what we're trying to achieve during the development. So be excited. That's absolutely fine. Share your stories. It is amazing when you can see someone's passion, when you can see it coming out in someone during that conversation, because you're so excited by this new world, and this whole new sensory that you're going through. That is exciting, and that is okay to do it. But don't keep telling me that you got an address. Don't keep telling me how amazing you are and that you are this show person and now you're booking events and now you're booking it. We don't want to hear that. but we do want to hear about the passion that you have for delivering the voice of that of the spirit world. I know many of you will like the video in that sense, so like it, give it the thumbs up. Engage in the video, it really does help the channel. Get in the comments, give me your views on what's going on. Try and encourage Lynn in this example to be excited and still keep the magic, because it is magical. But remember the line of that ego there. Share it if you are brave enough to share it across your social medias. I'll be eternally grateful. And I will see you all in the next video.